Hello, fast forward tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Railroad Tycoon 3 with me, BlueAnkylo, in Japan. I think this mission is practically bugged. I spent a lot of time talking about it last time. The basic gist of it is we only make 4 cows per year, which turn into 4 meat per year, and we only have 20 years to do the mission. You need 100 meat. That's assuming every single cow made it to Niigata as meat eventually. To add to the problem and the bugginess of this mission, my trains won't actually ship it because there's so much meat in Niigata, the price has dropped, and they don't feel like they don't want to take meat for no profit. So, I don't think I can ship 100 meat. I don't think it's possible. Maybe there's a patch, like a unofficial patch that changes it or something. I don't think it's doable. The clothing, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. They're the secondary. You only need half as much. There's a few places that produce clothing, but basically it's the same problem. If you have to send all your goods to one area, and they won't pay for it because the price goes too low for both clothing and meat, for instance, then your trains, I don't think there's any way to force it, basically. Even if you, like what I did last episode, I'm sure you guys remember, is Moria has no connection to any other routes at all. And this is the only place we're producing meat right now. I even bought it. And we're producing between probably 4 and 6 a year. It's probably will average to 4. Depends on where the cows are at the given time. But we're only getting 4 cows a year, so it can't make more than 4 meat over averages. Whatever, I don't really care. But I've been trying to keep track of where that meat is going, and originally a lot of it was going to Tokyo and all that, which was a pain because I had that other train. And now all my trains are crashing. That's great. But then I have, like I was saying, only one route out of Moria. It just goes straight to Niigata and back. No stops anywhere. And it tries to force every train to bring a couple loads of meat with it. But trains will leave, even though I've told them, if I can find them in here. Moria to Niigata, where is it? Probably this one. Yeah. Even though I've told it to bring meat, it will continuously not, basically. So we'll watch this guy. We'll have him show up in Moria, and we know Moria has meat, and let's see if it actually picks any up, basically. I don't even really care about profit. Okay, so it's in Niigata. So we've got to go all the way back. We're just bringing some chemicals, some fertilizer, you know, whatever. Just having some fun. I think we should high prioritize it too, actually. Alright. I am glad that I double-tracked everything last episode. This route should be much quicker now that trains can just stay on the right side and keep moving, mostly. Alright, so, will it pick up meat? No, it did not pick up any meat. Now let's have a quick look at this station. We know there was at least one carload of meat there, and it didn't even pick it up. Even though that train is designated the meat train. So I'm assuming basically what happened was when the game was deciding, should I pick up meat, it went, no profit, don't do it. So, sorry about that, guys. I'm kind of disappointed that this mission seems impossible. There's just nothing else I can do. I can't think of anything else. I've got cooking up Fukushima early is the priority, because this is the only way to get cattle. We checked that this is the only place you can get it. It seems like they're making more than 2 per year, so maybe you could make maybe 2.5 per ranch. That's 5 per year. Times 20 years is 100. That's on the very, very outside. And that's, again, assuming every single cow makes it to Niigata eventually. The problem is, as well, that, I mean, other things use meat. So, even in Moria, the houses around it will soak up some of the meat. 0.03 a year. Not a lot on its own, but there's a lot of little houses around here. And they'll all use up the meat while it's sitting here. I don't know. I don't even want to really worry about clothing. It doesn't seem like that's going to work either. I know I'm sort of saying the same things as now, but I kind of feel like this is just not possible anymore. How am I doing? 17. Like, I'm not even close. I've got 10 years to go, right? 85. Yeah, I've got 10 years. I'm not even a third of the way done. Not even a quarter of the way done. And I've got, like, specifically all of the meat is supposed to go that direction. Nowhere else. And I just can't... I can't get it to move the right direction. And I don't think there's enough in the first place. So, it's a shame. It's a darn shame. I wonder if they're, like, shipping meat out from Niigata down this way. Like, it's possible that the train... Yeah, like, if there's meat in Azi whatever, that what's happening is I'm delivering meat here into Niigata, and then one of the trains that comes to Aizu brings the meat here instead. I don't know if that matters, though. I don't think it cares. Like, I don't think the game cares how the meat is consumed. Like, I don't think it matters that the warehouse uses it. It just matters that the meat arrives in Niigata. And I think if it leaves, it's okay. It just has to get there in the first place. Dang it. And then, I mean, the other problem is I'm not getting enough clothing going where I need it. So far, basically, this dock is the only place that produces clothing. 2 per year. Again, this runs into the same problem if you look at the math. 2 per year times 20 years is 40. You need 50 clothing to get to Niigata to get the gold. Again, that seems kind of impossible. Although, at least with clothing, there is a couple other ways to get it. We know that textiles switch cotton to clothing. It's very, very difficult to get cotton, though. So we barely make anything from that. That's kind of the problem, is I set up some routes to try to get cotton. The only way to get cotton is to import it from a port. Har har, that's kind of funny. By using other things. So it's like a third step. Like, it takes something to get cotton, cotton to get to clothing, clothing to get to Niigata. It's very difficult to actually make that work. And again, a lot of that's limited by, is it profitable? If it's not, then it doesn't seem to happen. And you can't force it. You can't, like... That is kind of the problem with these kind of missions, is you can't just say, take that, pick some produce up and take it there no matter what. Because your trains will still independently decide, nah, I don't feel like it. So anyway, we're just kind of zipping through this. I really don't think there's any chance of getting a gold. I'm just going to hope that I have enough meat set up that I can get a bronze. And this is going to be the first mission that I don't do as well on as I was hoping, basically. The good news is I think I have enough trains moving the cattle out of Fukushima. So that's a success. I mean, really, in a lot of ways, I feel this mission was successful. Because I did get the actual infrastructure for cows, meat, even the clothing, all set up very early, trying to funnel it into Niigata. And I'm making pretty solid money. Considering I'm not upgrading anything, we're doing quite well on income. That meat plant is still making pretty good money. Not as much as it used to. It used to make like $500,000 a year. I assume the problem is... Is it getting enough cattle still? Yeah, it's probably got enough cattle. I think the problem is just that basically the meat has no value to ship where I need it to ship. I don't think having 2 meat plants would have helped. I think 2 meat plants would have kept the price of meat higher in each of them because I only have so much cattle. So that both meat plants would have a little bit of meat. The price would overall be a little bit higher, and then even less of it would go to Niigata, because it wouldn't... What I need is like super cheap meat in Moria, cheaper even than in Niigata, and then it'll ship it the right direction. But I don't think that's going to work. Tons of money. I can't do anything. Another train. I could upgrade my trains. What do you guys think? Upgrade trains? Replace. This is like super, super expensive. The one I want to exchange. We'll go from... I actually like the E18 more than the EF66. But what we want to switch to is the super train. This guy. Super expensive. Awesome. Go for it. And anybody else to upgrade? Got lots of them there. I think I'll even upgrade this guy. Speed record, yeah, not a huge surprise. Upgrade all of the E18s to the Shin. Now these will be very expensive if they crash. Oh, I don't have enough money. We need 10 million. Yeah, you guys are probably going to break some speed records for a little while. These guys are way faster than everything else, so it's kind of fun. Cut my salary. I actually lost money because I bought all those trains. I think. Come on, 10 million and I'll buy some more trains. We might as well blow our money on something fun, right? How are these guys doing? What I really like about them is that instant acceleration. So they should be up to 130 almost instantly. So all these little small stops, really, really good for those trains. Like, just instantly up to fast speed. Pretty good rate, I think, if I remember it. New locomotive. Oh, this one's pretty good too, actually. In fact, if I hadn't just spent all that money, this would have been a pretty solid upgrade. Not as fast. Very expensive on maintenance, but... well, no, it's diesel. Never mind. I like the electric this time. Oops. Few trains. Upgrades. So let's switch all of our E18s to more Shinkansens. 130 bad on hills compared to 125. The diesel one is sort of better, but expensive on maintenance. Ours is very low on maintenance. Awesomely cool. Best acceleration in the game. Yeah, I like it. Alright. So now we have a bunch of amazingly fast trains. Because we're cool. I don't think that will really help our meat situation. It's probably not a bad idea. If you have lots of money like I did, I probably should have set up like the cattle train and the meat train to be whatever they're called, Shinkansens. Just because it, you know, it means that there's less time with cows sitting around not being shipped. It just keeps the industry at maximum efficiency. Unfortunately, I don't think maximum efficiency is enough for this mission. I need like double max. Basically, I would need this meat plant to be producing like 8 per year. I think it can produce 8, it just, we're not getting enough, yeah, whatever, I don't care about money. Unless I go bankrupt or something, I don't care. Yeah, it could produce 8 on its own. Like, there's like 5 meat packing plants in Japan here, this map. Totally pointless. One produces more meat than there are cows for. That's so dumb. I think that's the oversight. If this map had, say, instead of just 2 cattle ranches, if it had like 5 or 6, give or take, and then you could just naturally let the meat flow around and kind of force it to Niigata, because maybe that would work. Maybe the price of meat would go down because there'd be more of it, so they would actually ship it other places. The same thing with clothing. There's lots of textile manufactories, just like there's lots of meat manufactories, but there's no way to get cotton. And if there's no way to get cotton, then what's the point? So, I don't know, maybe cotton ranches aren't, or cotton farms aren't like a typical Japanese farm, just like there aren't a whole lot of cow farms. There's not a lot of good grazing ground from what I understand in Japan. Maybe that's historically accurate. But for this mission, it makes it really stupid. Anyway, there's only 6 years to go. We're just going to keep racing through because at the very least, we're hoping to get a bronze. I think actually I've got bronze now. 29. Yeah. 50 to get silver. Maybe. I wouldn't count on it. I think we'll have enough clothing for a silver. Maybe enough meat if I get really lucky. I mean, I don't know. Depends on how much meat is already in the circuit. And I just don't feel like really messing around right now. You know, whatever. My salary goes up, my salary goes down. Sometimes I make money, sometimes I don't. I don't care. Niigata is slowly growing. It's actually consuming its meat. I think kind of the way it works, though, is like the longer it's at 0, the more the price goes up. And then the more supply it has, the more the price goes down. So you can kind of see the dollar per meat kind of increasing every month it's at 0. And that's what we need. We need the price of meat here to be high. And as soon as a meat shipment shows up, I bet you this is going to go way down, and then that slows down other meat shipments because they don't want to come here anymore. Hopefully I'm explaining this well enough. I only understand it so well myself. But just since I've been watching, it's gone from 311 to 327. Where's the meat? Someone deliver some meat here. Or else I'm never going to get even a silver. I mean, a silver should be possible. 50 meat at 4 per year should certainly work. It's just a matter of getting the infrastructure doing what it's supposed to do. Looks like there's a lot of trains being here kind of being dumb. I wonder if, like, they're stuck. Waiting for track to... Oh, it's just because it's a big stupid hill. Is that why it is? I don't really know why that train is not... Maybe my train's bugged out on me or something? Maybe that's half the problem. Increased my salary again. Obviously, we're making... So even with the expensive trains, we're making lots of money. Okay, the meat... Okay, so someone delivered some meat and the price went way down. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I have a feeling that maybe I should have... I hate it when these guys crash. It's not cheap. Oh, can I not... Wow, I got... Where's my shin... Seriously. Where'd the Shingen go? I was thinking it was too old, but it was certainly newer than 34. I guess I'll just replace it with the newest electric, but... Where'd my Shingen go? Huh. They just disappeared, right? Like, whatever the year was, they're not in the list anymore. That's unusual. Oh, well. Maybe there's like a limit on how many you're supposed to have. But yeah, this is not working. Something is bugged out there. There's like a dozen trains all stuck here. They're all waiting for the track to clear from each other. Yeah, something's not working. Are you going to make it past these guys? Okay, that guy's getting past. Wow, this is really messed up. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I had a lot of trains coming in here, but... It's this hill. Ooh, the Red Devil. It's kind of a cool train. All the cool trains come out in, like, the 60s, 70s, 80s. Seemed like the early 1900s, you'd never get a new train. It's kind of cool. Yeah, this is definitely backed up really badly. There we go. Okay, you guys finally going to clear up here? Like, this has really messed up a lot of the routes for sure. Like, they're actually coming back quicker than they can get out of this hill. I have a feeling it's the high priority trains messing it up. Well, I don't know what's messing it up, because that was just a normal priority train. Again, this is a normal priority train that's like stopping all the rest. Shoot. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's just this one track. And it just slows down my train so much that it just messes everything up. Because these things, is it... Maybe they're just really bad on hills? I can't even remember. Train. I can't even see how powerful they were. I knew they were really fast. Maybe they were really bad on the steep grade. Whatever. Let's not worry about it. And because... I mean, they're supposed to accelerate really well, but... Maybe they just can't accelerate up the hill like that. Maybe if I had just given them more room to speed up, it would have been okay. I don't really know. This is just such a mess. I mean, I'm glad I've got the double track, but they just can't seem to get out of here. This stupid train pile up. Oh well, we'll just let the mission finish. It's only a couple years left. I got tons of track. I haven't even really used this stuff. I could have connected up all of Japan by now, practically. Or at least all of this map. But I don't see what the point is, unless there's a cattle ranch hiding somewhere. How's my price doing? Yeah, it goes up eventually. Okay, of all my trains, this is like the last one. Get out of there, train. Go, quick. Quick. Now you go. Could be this was a mistake, the wrong train for this route. Could be I should have tried to build a tunnel through that instead. I wonder if you can build a tunnel through that hill instead. Yeah. Doesn't really look like it wants to build any tunnels in a similar kind of route, right? Oh yeah, I could have had a tunnel go through. That's what I should have done then. I should have had a tunnel go through there instead. Would have been much faster. It's too late now, but... yeah, that's the only real big hill there, I guess. Oh well, that was my mistake. I'd actually clear it out. If the trains would just leave it alone for a minute, I would quickly destroy all this and try to build a quick tunnel with all my massive money, but I think... and then it breaks down right there. I'm pretty sure if I destroy this, the trains will be lost, and I'd have to add them, and I don't know what route they were on or anything. Whereas if they're out of the way, I could just destroy it and quickly rebuild it. But they'll probably never move. Like, they'll never clear out quick enough. Well, strictly speaking, I could go through each train, tell it to stop in the station, and then try to quickly move them out of the way. Or while they're all paused, I could delete the track and rebuild it with a tunnel. But basically, the trains come in faster than they can leave, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. I'll admit that much. Yeah, we're doing okay. I mean, the thing is, the profits don't really matter. It doesn't really make any difference if I'm getting enough money in here. It's kind of slowing down the meat circuit. So, like, has meat built up to, like, millions up here? Not really. If the meat wasn't leaving Moria, I would be more concerned. I think the problem is, like, the price. 333 again to 331. Yeah, basically no profit. They lose money to ship meat right now. That's why the meat is sticking in Moria, certainly. Making the trains move faster wouldn't really do much. I don't think. Could be wrong. I don't know. I probably should have added another train maybe from the clothing line. Because this was my clothing producer back here. And I had $200 for... No, it wouldn't ship clothing either. Look at that. 200 to 198. They wouldn't have even shipped it. So I was thinking having an extra train for clothing might have sped that up, but nah, it wouldn't do anything. I don't think there's much I could do, really, other than cross my fingers. This train pile-up is ridiculous. It's just never ending. Oh, is that the last train? But then there's going to be more. Oh, I'd totally build a tunnel if you guys would just get out of the way. I don't think there's time. I think this is the end. This is the last year. How do we do? Not even enough meat to get a silver. Ouch. What a lame episode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fans. Come on, if you would just go quickly, I can delete this track. Get out of there, train. You're not even carrying anything, hardly. And, oh, I got it. Look at this. I finally caught it. So if I just delete all this, and I'm going to try to put a tunnel in instead. I love how the trees regrow after you after you get rid of them. All right, there we go. That should be better. That should be much faster. I don't think that would have made any huge difference, other than we probably won't see trains get stuck there anymore. Let's put it back on super speed. Now the trains will come in, unload, get the hell out real fast. I mean, sorry. I usually keep my language, but I'm a little bit upset. Hopefully they're not getting stuck in there. Yeah, they'll just keep moving. So that would be an improvement for sure. I'm glad I managed to squeeze that in. There you go. So that's an important lesson. If you're gonna build steep hills, you should probably keep the station a little bit further back so the train can actually build up speed and then take the hill. Like, that was just too close together and it really messed everything up. And then they crash and there's no replacement. Lucky me. And I don't care about bridges. Like, that's not really steep enough to slow most trains down, unless they're really weak. It's proper hills with the red grade. Oh, there. So this should be our last year, a couple months to go. See if we fluked out and had a few extra loads of meat come in at the very last second. Somehow I doubt it. It would have been nice to get at least a silver. I think a silver is possible. Just hard to get. I don't think a gold is possible. And I only got a bronze. Ouch. Gross! That's the worst one yet. Alright, well, I'll stop rambling, but feel free to leave comments. If you think there was a way for me to get a gold on this one, you let me know how. As far as I know, there's just not enough. Okay, let's check. At the end of the game, at the end of the time period, livestock. 1, 2. If you see anywhere else that we could produce livestock from, yeah, I see nothing. And let's see, these farms, I actually bought them just because, you know, why not? They produce 2 per year. More with corn, but there's no corn on the map. They do seem to produce 2.5, so the tip is a little bit incorrect, perhaps. As long as the demand is high, they do seem to produce 5 per year. Now, this could be higher. It could be 3 per year, or maybe even 3.5 per year, perhaps, if you had corn. There is no corn anywhere. I checked and double-checked. There's no corn. So, let's say 5 per year is the absolute best we're going to get. As far as I know, the only thing you can do with cows is turn them into meat. Now, I kind of forgot, but there actually was. Maybe this got built as time went on. There's actually a meat packing plant in Fukushima. So strictly speaking, I could have just used this. Would have turned 4 cows. 1 cow equals 1 meat. So that would turn... Well, I might upgrade it, let's say. Upgrade it. Then it could produce 5 per year from the ranches. 5 per year, assuming they would all go to Niigata, gives me 100 meat on the dot, which is what you need for gold. But if the houses use the meat, or the meat goes anywhere else, or you don't have this set up in the first year, then you don't have enough meat, period. And I don't think the ranches always produce 2.5. Sometimes it was 2. So I don't think there's really enough cows to get 100 anyway. Not really. And then we ran into some supply problems where they just wouldn't ship it. So that's a secondary issue. But anyway, if you think there's a way to do it, you let me know. I think it's kind of impossible. And I didn't even really look at clothing. How much clothing did I have? 32. I was close enough on clothing that maybe I could have got 50 if I'd been a little bit more diligent. Still, I don't know. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm going to call a quit on this one. Cool start. I like the earthquake effect. I like the pre-built track that lets you sort of play. You can let you play around more freely. Unfortunately, there's just nothing to do because all you need is meat and clothing. And as much as I could have built a bunch of connections, it's just a waste of time, really. It doesn't do anything. So, anyway, unless there's events. Okay, maybe. If you guys have played this map, if there's like an event where you connect a town and they give you some meat, or they give you a new cattle ranch. I didn't really think of that till just now, but sometimes there are events when you connect a city up. Maybe there's something like that? I don't know. That's possible. Maybe if you build a route to Kanazawa, suddenly they produce cattle that they didn't before. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I'm done with this one for now. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.